All right, thanks for tuning in. Just getting my Instagram set up here. Not sure why it is taking so long. There it is. All right. And I'm trying to get Facebook up as well on my laptop. If you're joining in with me today, we're going to be doing following from yesterday. I know YouTube, we didn't get in yesterday because I was on a hike and doing breath work, but what is that word? Well, we're doing breath work. That's the trend, I guess. I'm still looking for that word. That's what's going on this week. We're doing breath work. The theme. Thank you. And I got lots of likes over here. Thank you. Yeah, so doing breath work again today. I just wanted to start off with, if I could get, I've been reading this morning, Qigong Teachings of a Taoist Immortal. And what I basically want to start out with that. I just wanted to see if I can get Facebook up too at the same time. Facebook Live. One moment. Thank you for being patient with me. If you're watching this after, obviously you can just click forward. But if you're live with me, you got to stick with it. I'm going to say hello to everyone. What's up, Amna, Danny, Desmonte? I'm not sure who that is, but I'll check you out after. Thanks for tuning in. Isaiah, what's up? Cool, good to have you guys. Mike, come do some breath work with me. We're doing, the title that I set up for the YouTube is Breathwork, Pranayama, Qigong. I am so close to getting up on Facebook. But anyway, I wanted to start off by reading just a little bit of this book here. Again, it's Qigong Teachings of a Taoist Immortal. A Taoist Immortal. Let's just read it. And I don't know, Facebook's trying to get all this stuff. Anyway, all right, YouTube and Instagram, thank you guys for tuning in. I just wanted to start off today with reading from this book here. It's just a short page, one page that I got highlighted here as well. The breath to the lower abdomen. So my main focus today was first coming in, I woke up this morning and I felt like my nostrils were off. I don't know if you've ever experienced that. And let me know in the comments below if you have, YouTube, Instagram. If you've ever woken up and noticed like, I can't get much air in that side. This side kind of, I got more oxygen in it. So like that balancing of the brain hemispheres. Each nostril is connected to an opposite side of the hemisphere. So the yoga breathing or the pranayama that I wanted to do today was Nadi Shodhana. And Nadi Shodhana is alternate nostril breathing. I was going to do that this morning, and then I said, and it like became like 2-3 hours, and I started reading. And so anyway, it went from Nadi Shodhana to now wanting to do lower abdominal breathing. And the reason for that is in this book right here. So let's go ahead and get into that. I don't, again, forget Facebook. I'm going to close it. All right. So let me go back just a little bit so you have some context. Ancient Taoists who observed this pattern of the breath rising during a person's life and the final exit out of the mouth at death concluded that if a person is to attain longevity and perfect health, then the first rule is to restore the breath to the lower abdomen. Before that, it actually talks about how if you notice when a baby is born or babies are the way that a baby breathes, and the baby breathes into its whole body. It breathes so much to get enough blood into the extremities and the hands and feet, and it breathes into its lower and whole. It breathes into its whole body. So let's just keep going. Where infants breathe. Into the lower abdomen where infants breathe. Lao Tzu, in his classic The Tao Te Ching, asks, can you attain the pliability of a child? He also states that the entire secret of self-cultivation lies in subtraction, not in addition. This is big. This means that we must reserve our thinking, habits, and ambitions in order to preserve our health. Almost everything concerning Taoism focuses itself on returning to the state of youthfulness. Don't confuse this idea, however, with the Western infatuation with looking young. Taoists value an aged person who is still vital and young in mind far more than someone who is in his or her youth. The reason and wisdom that come with age are what is valued. A common phrase in all Taoist works is Cheng Shen Pu Lao, which in literal translation would mean living long with no aging. More correctly, it means youthfulness and longevity. Enjoying youthfulness in old age and thus prolonging life itself is the first goal of Taoism, because it renders more time to the refinement of the elixir and the attainment of immortality. And to undergo the rigors of self-cultivation, one cannot afford to be sick or to lack vitality. Taoism's main tenet of returning to the breath, to the lower abdomen, where it was when we were children, makes perfect sense whether you are searching for good health, longevity, or immortality. I wanted to start out with that because a few clients of mine, a few people, or even myself, have experienced when we are going through chaotic times, we start breathing into the chest, short breathing. And even in this book, it was talking about older people, as you may notice, depending on the person, whether they have more yang, more active, more masculine energy, they have a bird's chest, and at older age kind of get top heavy. And for women, to yin, they have a willow's back, or that arched back that you may see, filled up in the upper back portion of the abdomen. But if you want to practice with me, I've got a little bit of time, or maybe you're just listening in, you're still working, whatever you've got going on. I just want to do some belly breathing, abdominal breathing, and try to lower our breath from wherever it is, if it's in our higher chest, if it's in our rib cage, solar plexus, down into the abdomen and sexual energy, and that sexual Qing or Jing energy. Taoism's all about three different energies, and the next chapter goes into the three treasures. The three treasures are the three energies that I talk about in my book, but is our sexual energy, our Jing or Qing, our Qi, which is the breath that goes into the lungs, into the heart, into the blood, and throughout our whole body, and our Shen, which is our spirit or our mind or our thoughts, which activates it all. Breathing down into the abdomen. If you're there with me, let's go ahead and just go right into it. We'll start breathing into our lower abdomen. You can be seated, you can be in a chair, you can be standing, you can be anywhere, you can be lying down as well. But the main thing is that you're breathing into your abdomen, and by breathing into your lower belly, you're going to activate your diaphragm. So the diaphragm is this thin muscle that sits over the digestive organs, over the liver, over the spleen, over the small intestine, large intestine, and it holds all of that down here, while above is the lungs, the heart, the thymus gland, the thyroid, and everything else. But mainly, again, the heart and the lungs up here, and the digestive organs down here between the diaphragm. This muscle is what we need to activate and work into if we don't want to have the negative emotions sitting and rotting in our organs, as well as pumping this diaphragm to help really activate the digestion, metabolism, helps with hormones, helps with basically every it's the source. The breath is the source. So let's go ahead and start it out. If you're seated, if you're standing, wherever you are, place your hands into your belly. Place them to your what they call lower dantian, which is the elixir field. This elixir of sexual energy and vitality in our body that we can use and pull up and to heal the rest of our body, the rest of our brain, the rest of our thoughts. And let's go ahead and get into it. So hands onto your belly. If you're male, you want your left hand in your right palm. If you're female, right hand in your left palm. And that is, again, both yin and yang. Less active hand is yin, most active hand is yang. And so you place your feminine in your masculine if you're a man, and vice versa. Okay, so then you can place your hands into your belly, breathe into your palms, and you want to feel the warmth of your hands into your belly as you inhale. Try to expand into the back as well. Start out with a breath, inhale through the nose. Try to push the belly out. Expand it from its sides as well. You can hold your breath at the top for a moment. Inhale more into the sides. Inhale into the back, into the kidneys. Okay, and then exhale. Exhale through the mouth or through the nose is fine. Whichever feels best. Through the nose maybe first. And again, inhale into the belly. Hold the breath for a moment at the top because I want you to feel how it expands. If you start to burp, that's a good thing because, again, we're getting out all those toxins in the digestive organs. Exhale out through the mouth. Again, these are things that you just don't want to notice, right? Whether you are more active or you're more restorative, then you want to bring more energy into that yin, or try to exhale and release some of that extra yang. Inhale into the belly. Feel it expand out the sides and ribs. Feel how that may come up into the chest, stretching into the chest and the brachial plexus and the sides of the neck. Exhale, pull in. Feel the diaphragm come up. Inhale. Diaphragm expands. Exhale. Inhale. You can shake, move, wiggle. Try to get the oxygen down, the breath down, the chi down into the belly. Exhale. And it's okay if you're breathing into your chest, just take note of where you are and where you want to go. We're going down into the belly. Continue to breathe into the belly, lower hips, pelvic floor. Maybe you can feel your hips expanding, your glutes expanding, your butt, your sexual organs expanding as well, stretching. As you relax, slight pull of the diaphragm, pull the belly in and up. That's okay too. Inhale. Small smile of the lips to relax, keep good intention, positive energy. So the dropping of the chin is called Jalandhar Bandha. That's in yoga or Indian medicine. It's 3 locks of the body. So again, I'm kind of going back and forth between Indian and ancient Indian, ancient Chinese medicine. And as you continue breathing like that. But just as going back to our youthfulness, we have to think about, or I like to think about, the fact that age-old wisdom, you know, I'm reading about people in BC, 2000 BC, that's 4,000, 5,000 years ago. That's the youthfulness of human consciousness, right? So going back to these ancient techniques, let's continue. But yeah, I hope you know what I'm saying here, and the fact that you know, all this new technology and new thinking may not be as helpful as possible. Going back to nature, going back to connecting with the earth. So as you continue breathing, if you're starting to feel down into your lower abdomen, I want you to try to feel into your back. Feel into breathing into not only the front of the belly, expanding the belly out in the front, but expanding the back as well. And you're creating room for the kidneys. The kidneys deal with our sexual energy, the base of our feet. Kidney meridians start at the feet. They go up the legs into our lower sexual organs, where we have vitality. We were made from the sexual forces, and we continue life through these sexual forces. So these same energies, instead of letting them out to create or to waste, we want to pull this energy up to revitalize our organs up into the heart, revitalizing first our liver, kidney, small intestine, large intestine, the lower digestive organs. And I won't go too far into that, but continue breathing into the belly. We'll go for another 2 minutes or so, and then we'll go into Nadi Shodhana and balancing the brain and hemispheres. So that 3 locks of Indian, Muladhara Bandha is the muscles of the pelvic floor pulling energy up. Uddiyana Bandha, or the diaphragm, pulling the energy up from the chest and the heart. And the lock of the chin continues the cerebral spinal fluid up the spine into the crown of the head, into the pineal gland and the higher immune system. The immune system is our glandular system. The 7 chakras are the 7 glands that we have in our body. So again, pulling the belly in. If you just joined with us, pulling the belly in with your exhale, okay. Stretching the back, the lower back, and opening the kidneys in the back with our inhale. Turn to the side so you can see as well. Belly expands. I can't really do it sideways or not. All right. Oh, went over a minute. But so just a couple things that I was experiencing while doing the breath, and please do add in any things that you experience in the comments below. Please talk with me as we're here. I'm gonna wave to a few people that have came and gone, but for the couple that are left with us here, please do tell me what you experienced while doing the breath work. A little bit about what I experienced as I'm doing this breath work, and I've done seminars with with what was his name, Yogi Lama Glenn, I forget his last name, but anyway, he taught me this this type of breathing from excuse me while I'm also reading the comments at the same time. Now I can't even think of it. I'll come back to that. But anyway, with the breathing exercises, there's a lot of things that are going on in our body as you're simply breathing. And you may notice that, maybe you feel that. But as you inhale into the lower abdomen, if you don't feel it in the lower abdomen just yet, that's fine. Because even myself, as I'm talking, I'm up here, I'm in my throat, I'm in my head as I'm talking to you guys. So to take that, like, as you may have noticed if you look back in the video, I have to take a second to kind of like internalize and go inward from being out here with you. And what I'm experiencing while I'm doing the breath work is while pressing the breath down, and I kind of had to do that at one point there for a second. If you notice, you inhale and you hold the breath, and then you push down to really activate the lower body and lower breath, and you're actually forcefully pressing the breath down. There's a number of different breathing exercises in this book right here. Tortoise breathing, where you inhale into the throat, extending the neck, and you forcefully swallow the breath down into the lower body. There's different, Mantak Chia has explained breathing, genital breathing, where you breathe into your sexual organs, and you do the same thing. You do it segmenting by pressing the breath down to really activate the lower body. Within the book, and again what I just read about, was where from babies we're breathing into our whole body naturally. As we grow older, stresses and responsibilities come on, and at first we're not even conscious of our health. We're perfect little beings. Your children are perfect little babies of health, you know. And then of course environmental, genetics, and but at the beginning of your life, you're the healthiest that you'll ever be. You have a lot of saliva in your mouth, blood's pumping your whole body. And as we grow older, stress comes on, we're worried about this, we're pulled this way, we're pulled that way, our energy is pulled this way, our essence is pulled this way, we're listening, and we got to listen to this person, we've got to listen to that. And it really pulls our spirit in so many different ways, that to come back when we sleep, and we kind of come back and, you know, bring ourselves back to that, you know, baby state when we're, you know, so again, the idea is to go back to youthful, back to breathing into our abdomen, not into our chest, but breathing down into our belly. So if we have to force it down, then inhale into the chest, hold the breath, and swallow, and press down, activating downward, and pressing the breath down into your lower body, your lower gut. And if you don't burp, if you can't burp, if that's something that you can't do, well, we've got blockages all in the chest. We've got blockages, so much emotion in our heart, so much emotion in our lungs, so much emotion in our diaphragm, locked in our liver and our spleen, and locking this muscle tight to where we can't really breathe, right? So continue breathing like that, and we'll do the last one here because I don't want to go too long on it. We'll go no more than 40 minutes on the video here. But I want to go into Nadi Shodhana because that's what I woke up with, the idea to do alternate nostril breathing. And this is something that you can do later. I've had a few people that ask me, what is that? Can you teach me more about that? But it's as simple as closing one nostril, inhaling into the brain, and then exhaling out the other side, inhaling through that side, exhaling out. We do it 3 rounds, and then after we do 3, it's called the 9 rounds, and this is also what I learned from Lama Glenn, and as well as in my teacher's training, 200 and 300 hours. But again, so it starts out by pressing with the thumb on the right side. You're using your right hand. Your left hand can be on your belly or your heart, wherever you'd like to focus that breath. Because I still want you to breathe into your lower abdomen as we continue doing this. But thumb onto the right nostril and ring finger on the left. Okay. Your other 2 fingers can place onto your third eye, your middle finger, and this is where our pineal gland is. This is where our insights come from. This is where our thoughts are, our imagination. Melatonin comes out of the pineal gland when we sleep and we dream and we have these inner visions. If you close your eyes and you can't even imagine a red ball in your sight, well, then we have to connect to that part of our brain again to really have that imagination that we had when we were younger. But let's go ahead and again do Nadi Shodhana. We're going to press with the thumb as we inhale through the left side. And the closing of this right here, by the way, is to turn in internally. You don't have to. You can do it like this, but it's going to keep your awareness out and amongst everything, okay? So whatever you like to do, I'm going to do this here just so I can kind of internalize. But again, we'll start out with the left side. Inhale into the left. Feel where the breath is going. Hold for a second at the top, 2, 3 seconds. Close off the left nostril and exhale out through the right side. Hold for 2 to 3 seconds. Inhale. Hold for 2 to 3 seconds. Exhale. Now, mind you, if your breath is shorter than mine, that's okay. Continue as the process goes. Inhale through the left. Hold for 2 to 3 seconds. Exhale out through the right. Inhale. Close off the right. Exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Hold for 2 to 3 seconds. Exhale through the right. Inhale. Close the right, exhale out the left. That was 3 rounds for me. So I'm going to let go from here. I want to inhale through both nostrils. Hold for 2 to 3 seconds. Press the breath down into the belly. Exhale out through the nose. Do that 2 more times. Hold for 2 to 3 seconds at the bottom. Feel the belly relax. Diaphragm pull in. Inhale. Belly expands, back expands. Hold for 2 to 3 seconds. Maybe pressing out through the chest, that's okay. The upper diaphragm. Exhale. Inhale. Smiling. And exhale. Hopefully Instagram, sorry my phone was at 10%. So yeah, that's our 30 minutes. Let's go ahead and that's our practice for today. I just want to kind of talk a little bit more on it. Um, yeah. So, what did you experience? Um, was one side of your nostril, one side of your nostril more, clogged more than the other? And if so, was it the left side? Was it the right side? Feel free to comment in, and I'll comment back with you guys and DM you for more if you'd like to talk more. But this is the thing: we're more masculine, we're more feminine. These energies in our body are constantly moving. We're being pulled left and right, and our thoughts are making us think one thing, and so all these things are going on in our head. Maybe not. Maybe you're so calm and cool, and that's cool too. But it affects our emotions. It affects our frequency that we're giving off, and it affects the what we're getting back. We're just radio tuners, how you feel is how the world's gonna say, okay, I'll give you more of that. So it's up to you to do these practices, and to do these practices, it's gonna kind of give you that even keel, bring you from these higher chaotic places in the sympathetic nervous system down into your gut, into relaxed rest and digest parasympathetic nervous system. You got two parts to your nervous system: parasympathetic, rest and digest, or sympathetic, fight or flight. It's time to fucking go. Right? But it's not always time to fucking go. Sometimes it's time to rest, relax, and let it all go. And I know some of you are very good at that naturally. This is something that we naturally do as kids. So a lot of you have brought this up into your older years, and this is the science of it. The science is yoga, is Qigong, is the science of the breath and how it affects the body, and more so in the feeling of it, which is the most important part of it. Subtraction, yes, subtract. Go back to your youth. Play a little. Play with your kids. Yeah, bring your youth into your older age. So I'm gonna end on that. Thank you guys for watching and tuning in. Thanks for being here with me and doing the practice. For YouTube, thanks for commenting. We got one of you one with me, so it's so awesome to have you here checking this out. Doing the breathwork again, breathwork, pranayama, qigong. Type that into YouTube and you can find it, or go to Fight Fearless on YouTube and you can look back at this again. It's only going to be 24 hours for IG, for Instagram, but if you're on my Instagram, you can follow me there. If you're at YouTube, you can follow me on my Instagram for more information, constant stories and stuff like that. Fight Fearless, COM. That's without a period, because fightfearless.com is also the website you can go to and check out our app. We've got an app. It's only $1, but it'll give you all the breath work. I've got breathwork videos on there. I've got kickboxing, Muay Thai videos, boxing videos, head movement drills that you can do, which you can also find on YouTube as well. I've got little bits on here, little bits there, but it's all collected into the app. So you can check that out, fightfearless.com. And again, it's only $1, so how can you lose? But when this is something that is for our health, let's get back to our younger years, younger age, and bring our youthfulness into our older, wiser years. Thank you guys for tuning in. Fightfearless.com. My name is Nico. We'll see you guys soon. Keep smiling. Peace. Done. And exit.